Okay, there it goes. We fixed it. Okay. So apparently it does not recover very well from that. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and redo this part because I don't know how much you guys saw. And I would hate for you guys to miss it. So I'm gonna redo this part with the fountain and then move on. This little decorative features a typical Charlotte architecture. Aside from the research wing, our headquarters in Isle of Val were rather simple and rustic by comparison. This is a nymphaeum, an area dedicated to the blessing of water. For Charlotte's water represents more than a life-sustaining liquid. It's a reminder of the Great Flood which precipitated the birth of our nation, as well as a symbol of the knowledge which flows from Thalic's divine ewer. This is the reason you see an abundance of fountains throughout the city, a necessity for utilizing water as a decorative feature in architecture. So in case I do spice it later, the reason for the spice was my internet cut out for a few seconds. And so I will hopefully have done my best to get it back to where it's relatively seamless, but there's obviously going to be a spice. It's a good place to sit. Look at that view. Gorgeous view. This great structure before you is the rostra. Named first, the original public platform erected here, upon which a forum of elected representatives deliver orations or debate policy. While the stage has evolved into council chambers, the nature of the forum and its duties of its members remain largely unchanged. Am I boring you, Ra? You seem awfully distracted. I apologize. From here, one can see the entire city spread out below. This put me in mind of my arrival in the first. Those who had gathered at the Crystal Tower asked me how they might go about building a new home. Naturally, my answer was all inspired by my knowledge of the finest settlement I can think of, the great city of Charlian. And bit by bit, those buildings grew into a town, a community, a Mysterium. I can almost see its echo. I see. Feel free to come up here whenever you wish. Well, I was going to do a show fox for that one in case they already missed it, but whatever. I don't think the council should reject you simply enjoying the view. Such memories should be treasured. That is when I disconnected. I'm trapped! For now, however, the tour must go on. Our spectacle of sightseeing concludes with a fittingly named Journey's End. Walk down the stairs to the east and we continue straight ahead. I think the sparkles mean I haven't touched it yet. No, I have touched it. Okay, never mind. Oh, stairs. Stairs? These stairs, maybe. We've arrived at Journey's End. History tells us this is where those who were put ashore with Archon Jungfrau built their first homes. In the present day, it serves as a residential district for the most important officials and oldest Charlian families. You see that one mansion is clearly larger than its neighbors. That estate belongs to our friends from House Lavia. All things considered, we should probably keep our distance for the time being. With that, we bring our little Charlian tour to a close. It was proven to be an entertaining and enlightening experience. Now, should we head directly to the Baldesian Annex? You remember the way, don't you, Baha? What do you think? We're gonna head down toward the harbor, cross the bridge to our right, then follow the path below the Aetheryte Plaza? Correct, after you, Kalia. I wasn't actually listening. See, there's no sparkles. I touch it. And now there's sparkles. I knew it had something to do with the sparkles. How are we doing on time? Okay, it's about time to... Wait, is that because we disconnected? I think it's actually time for brushing anyway. So I'm gonna go brush real quick. And then we will resume. Let's see. I guess I'll do 2.5 minutes again. That seemed to be working pretty well last time. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm sorry, I'm back. I tripped on the stairs and spilled a little water, so it took me a little bit longer. I didn't fall or anything, I just stumbled. Minor incident. It's almost like there's something sealing my power and making me clumsy. I've been very clumsy all day today, though. Very clumsy today. Right, we crossed this bridge here as I recall. Stick to the path and be careful not to end up back in the FFXIV Plaza. Charlotte is full of educational and research institutions. There's still professors who prefer to establish their own private practices. Not that I ever attended the exclusive schools they run in these residences. Perhaps the twins could tell you more about them. Alright, don't go back to the FFXIV Plaza, so we go down. I don't know where we're actually going. Oh, this way. This way? Seems to be the way. Okay. As the joyous look on Raha's face, undoubtedly informs you, this is the Baldesian Annex. If you continue up the hill, you'll arrive at the doorsteps of the phenomenon. But I think we've explored enough for one day. We can take you there another time. What's that with you then? I was hoping to get that eighth right before we did that, but oh well. Very spacious. I'm back and I brought Akira and Raha with me. Ah, you're right about the ship then. Hello, Raha. It's nice to see you again. It's a pleasure to finally meet you, Akira. I've heard many a tale of your exploits. Ojika? Ojika Tsunjika? It's been an age. Oh, that's unfortunate. Perhaps I did curse it. I'm sorry, Cabal. That's probably why it took so long. I was wondering if what you said it was like 7 minutes a model or something, so... Let me introduce Ojika Tsunjika, Administration Officer for the students of Baldesian. Oversees the day-to-day business of the Annex. Champion of Yours has featured prominently in Cryo and Gra's reports, so for me this is akin to seeing a fabled hero come to life. It's an honor to make your acquaintance. This place is like the second home for the students. The Isle of Fall serves our main headquarters, of course, but we often have an occasion to visit Shoreland. Whether make use of the city's research facilities, attend conferences, or procure supplies from distant shores. It's okay, Carol. Take a deep breath. Take a break. There's no rush, because it's going to take a while to get it done. So I know we teased it on stream, but that doesn't mean you need to rush. We specifically said it's not going to be ready until like March, okay? So, we got plenty of time. I'll probably be done with Endwalker before it's ready. An Annex here was built to provide lodgings for members while we engage in such activities. Ever since our former headquarters on the island itself vanished, the Annex has served as our base of operations. It feels so empty. With so many lost to us, our organization is a shell of its former self. The day will come when we will see the students rise again. But first, we must ensure that the Teleophilae fall. Through that door on the left there is the main hall, where we can discuss our options moving forward. Once everyone arrives, that is, you probably have time to rest before our discussions begin in earnest. I've had private quarters prepared for you, in the Andron. Andron? I don't know, so please feel free to make yourself at home. Ah, the nap rooms. Perfect for an afternoon doze. Oh, I didn't mean to give you the wrong impression. The chambers are quite well appointed. Far more so than some cheap roadside inn, you may be assured. Specifically that we were often so busy with research or exhausted from journeys abroad, we used to slip into the androoms just to steal a few winks. And thus they become known amongst the students as nap rooms, even as if many such naps might last well into the following morning. See the burn up, perhaps show to a chamber. Hopefully this won't be too long in coming. I'll wait for you all in the main hall. Yep. Dedicated nap rooms. Check. Multiple rooms. I will admit I'm feeling rather sleepy myself. Let's step outside though. I won't touch this before I forget. There's still one way over there, but we'll get there eventually. So we're missing 2. We're missing 1 because this is the one we're at. Okay. Actually, tea would be a good idea. Should I go make some? Tea seems like a really good idea. How about this? I'll go start the water, and then I can go finish it in a second. It shouldn't take very long. Oh, sorry. I bumped into her. Alright, I'm just gonna go, I'm gonna get just a little glass of tea. So, I should be very quick. Boop. Okay, I've started the kettle, so that should help. Okay, let's pop in here and we'll proceed. So it takes about 3 minutes for the tea to kettle to brew, I believe. Oh, this is a nice place. Oh, look at that. Is that the fall of the Mughals? Do you really want me to? So I got some Irish breakfast. So what Czech wants me to say is, Mr. Tiatime, I believe. That is from a movie, The Hogsfather, I believe. Might as well. It's a very good Christmas movie. We should have watched it this Christmas, but oh well. Yep. Hey, have a look at this. I'll be back. I'm gonna grab the tea. It should be done by now. Should not take long. Okay, I'm back. I decided... Yep, so the Irish breakfast, it's not my favorite, but it's a lot like the English breakfast, but a little bit milder. I thought it'd be good for today. Red fox, black and white fox. Feeling refreshed and alert? Our colleagues should be wandering again soon, so I suggest we stay here and wait for them to join us. I also did not eat a piece of candy on my way back up. But if I had, it would have been a Reese's, and it would have been delicious.
Pray forgive me. I was delayed.
It's fine, Urianger. We're all here now.
Kai, take it easy, okay? Slow down. You don't have to get them all done right away. Like, I know how you're feeling. You're probably stressed out. Feeling like, oh, you wasted a day. It's fine. Oh. Alright, you're making an excellent point. Huh. Oh, okay. Reasonable thoughts.
Let's get down to business then, shall we?
To defeat the Huns. Oh, come on, tell me you guys don't do that.
Come what may, we must prevent the Telophoroi's plans from coming to fruition. At present, I see two paths for gathering the information which may aid us in achieving that goal.
You remember Mulan? Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns.
The first involves an investigation into the change which has come over Charlian, not to mention the recent inscrutable behavior of the Forum.
I sneezed.
As most of you know, the 99 members of the Forum are elected from the general populace. This alone guarantees a plethora of opinion with regards to foreign policy.
It's a very common Disney movie, Jack.
The bibliotheques, for example, are a group of conservatives which would have Charlian focus on recording history, while remaining entirely uninvolved in the making of it.
Biblioteca? Yeah, actually, so I was watching some memes. I like watching memes. And, there was one that said something like, if today you were a trans man who enjoyed the movie Mulan when you were younger, then, what's his name did actually make a man out of you. And I found that very, very funny.
And at the other extreme, we have advocates for proactive diplomacy and direct intervention. My grandfather Galef was one such member, as was Archon Louisois. Yet despite our diverse factions and philosophies, the recent vote to deny Eorzea's request for assistance was unanimous.
Yeah, I also have to say, I don't know what it is, but just having the tea here, I can't even smell it because my nose is all stopped up, but just having it here makes me feel more alert, even though I haven't tasted it at all.
Even more concerning was the fact that many cited other, more pressing duties as justification for their recalcitrance.
I can't believe people casually use the word recalcitrance in a sentence. And it may have also been the candy. Sugar helps.
Fortuno's refusal in Gridania had those same
if
undertones.
I'd had candy.
'Twas as if, having stared unblinking into the face of impending doom, he had simply turned away to pursue something more important. But what could that possibly be?
Maybe they have a bunker or something.
A mystery indeed, and one which I ask for your help to solve. Our future may depend on it.
No, I don't think it does. Because we've done extraction with evaporation, alcohol, or the caffeine stage behind.
As for our second potential path, it concerns a request made directly to the students of Baldessian. Our organization was founded primarily to study strange and unexplained phenomena the world over. Mysterious relics and ruins, arcane disturbances, and so forth.
Ow. Ow, ow, ow. Tea is not ready
Compared to our more isolationist Charlian colleagues, we have strong connections overseas, namely with scholars and academics who share our passion for the unknown. The request in question comes from one such acquaintance, Nidana, an alchemist residing in distant Thavner. Her missive describes the sudden appearance of a tower, and the subsequent summoning of what I can only assume is a lunar primal.
Is that an elephant? It looks like an elephant. Maybe it's just a tree.
In response to this threat, the satrap of Radzat-Han, the individual who governs the city-state, has instructed the alchemists to find a means to deal with the spire.
The artisans of that land are heirs to an ancient tradition, one rather unlike that of their Uldan counterparts. It is possible, nay, probable, that they have gleaned truths unattainable by Eorzea or her Far Eastern allies.
They do, in fact, appear to have a strategy in mind, though it will require further research. To that end, they have requested an introduction to a capable warrior shielded by the blessing of light.
Oh, that's not me. That's me. I'm a warrior.
Assuming we divide our forces to pursue both of Kral's lines of inquiry, then having you join the group heading to Thavner would seem the obvious choice. But the investigation in Charlian is of vital importance as well. Equal, I think, to the Thavnerian one, given that the fate of the world may hinge on the results of both.
Yes, it is quite the quandary. Though it is a great imposition and an altogether too common one, our efforts would be more likely to succeed were you to lead the charge on both fronts.
Okay, let's do it then. What do you guys think? You want combat first, or you want to stick around
You
with the
are
books
indeed
first?
our champion. As to which task to tackle first, we will defer to your decision.
Alright, save
Let us
Thavner
next
for
decide
last.
how everyone else might best be assigned.
Alright, Thavner for last.
As for myself, I shall continue what I've begun in Charlian. I should also like to steal the services of an Archon or two.
And thereby gain access to a greater range of reading material. I will help with that.
I guess I'll stay with your shoulder.
Allow me to offer my assistance. I have some small amount of experience in the field of research.
Alize and I would also like to help, if you would have us.
Anything to understand even a fraction of what our father and the Forum might be thinking.
Of course! The more the merrier.
Giant mermaid there too.
Right. The rest of us will make the journey to Thavner. Thoughts? Objections?
I passed through Thavner on my way to infiltrate the Empire, and though I'm not qualified to give a guided tour, I did gain a sense of where things lie.
Alright, tea is no longer burning my hands touching the mug.
I'll be happy to have you along then. So for this group, it will be you, me, and Urianger.
Give me a moment afterwards, and I'll supply you with all the details of Nidana's request. Consider this hall our rendezvous point once our respective tasks are complete. May our investigations prove fruitful.
So I'm gonna try to not do Thavner first, but odds are I'm gonna do something stupid and choose wrong. So let's try. Oh. Alright, let's hit the books, I guess. Unsettling changes come over Charlotte, but together we will define the underlying cause of the form's callousness. As I mentioned before, however, questioning the callousness directly is a fruitless endeavor. They seem to have come to a consensus as to what and how little they are willing to divulge. Which is why I began scouring the Orion's archive historical records for any hint of connection to the final days. Suffice to say, the progress has been slow. There are only so many dusty tome pages one can skim in a day. And now that in this band of willing reinforcements, the search should prove all the swifter. Let's reconvene outside Numenon, shall we? Exit the annex to the right and you'll find the archives on the western edge of the woods. I hope we get to fight some stuff, though. Because if all I'm going to be doing is fighting books, I'm going to get bored really quick. I'd also like a mount at some point. I'm so used to get mount to travel that I forget. Walking is just hard. Just like in real life. Actually, in real life, I quite like walking. I make up excuses at work to walk around a bit. Often my excuse is just, I've been sitting down for too long, I need to walk. And so I just walk over to the other buildings like, hey, what's up? What's going on over here? Just chill. Also, I'll share, this is a holiday weekend. So, I don't know. I may start streaming a little early on Monday. We'll see. Turn stuff all day fine. Charging. Alright, got them all. But it's been just so cold this past week that I didn't do a lot. It's Martin Luther King Day. Martin Luther King Jr. Day? Or, I don't know. It's Martin Luther King Day. Yep, Monday. Holiday. My directions are easy enough to follow, I hope. In any case, you stand now before the doors of Numenon. Charlie's greatest collection of books and tomes. This building is actually only an entrance. And one of many at that, for the archives of Numenon extend deep beneath the surface like roots of a tree. The vast halls of the great Google Library pale in comparison to Numenon's endless maze of subterranean chambers. Yeah, it's one we didn't used to get off at my company, but they started doing it more recently. I think because we acquired a company that did celebrate it, and so they've been trying to merge the cultures. With mixed results. My lazy co-worker came from that company, and their culture is to apparently just take 2 to 3 hour breaks every day. Not counting lunch. 2 hour break, 2 hour lunch, 2 hour break in the afternoon, leave early. A citizen of Charlie is free to enter and peruse the shelves, well, most of its shelves. Only archives are free to access certain restricted vaults. I dispatched a stolen Raha to investigate those. Meanwhile, Alice and Alfred will help me continue my search to the stacks open to the general public. Your status presents more of a problem. As a non-citizen, you are only permitted to browse the first floor here at the entrance. Even so, there should be a number of books which touch upon Charlie and history of foreign policy. It's snowing? It's not snowing here, I'm pretty sure, because it's like well over 40 degrees. Oh, and so it was supposed to snow tomorrow. That chance has gone to 0% chance of snow. 0% chance. And the temperatures are climbing for the next week. Just as we find and study the relevant publications, I promise you a working knowledge of the subject. Those subjects will make far easier spot the sort of clues we're looking for. Let's be about it, shall we? I told the others to meet us at the Stolen Adventures over there once they found promising tomes. Happy reading. So we are fighting books. Metaphorically. We have not had snow here since... I think we had one snowfall last year. Oh, Brother Cloud book. I see it. Yeah, read the book. Okay. Long, long ago, on an island in the northern sea, there lived a Rogadan man by the name of Nurnkrep. Nurnkrep was a student of astrology, and he divined that a flood of terrifying proportions would soon sweep over the lands of Eorzea. So it was that he built a gigantic ship, assembled a crew, and set sail for that narrow bound. The flood arrived as foretold, and to their horror, their strangely turning waters drove the people towards the ocean. It was there, however, that Nurnkrep's crew hauled them aboard his ark. But the danger had not passed. A towering wave approached, threatening to smash the vessel to pieces. Following moments of despair, Nurnkrep wove a mighty spell of teleportation and shifted the entire ship to safety atop Abelatha's spine. Refugees from the surrounding regions huddled there alongside them, but it was not long before disputes over the dwindling supply of food led to violence and bloodshed. Saddened by the sight, Nurnkrep gathered to him his crew and his grateful passengers and abandoned the ark to those red peaks. They journeyed to the coast where they built a new ship, intent upon returning to the northern seas. They landed on the beach of an island and set up on that very spot. The settlement prospered and grew, and in time it became the city of Charlian that we live in to this day. Many years ago, on the banks of the Thaliac in the Dravinian hinterlands, a Charlian colony once thrived. The settlement was originally established as a mere outpost to study the ethereal sea in the year 1311 of the 6th astral era. Scholars dispatched to Eorzea found the facilities wanting, and their demands encouraged a gradual expansion in structures and services. As rumors spread of a growing community of academics, the area was further inundated with Eorzean students hoping to share in the renowned wisdom of the Charlians. 50 years later, the Forum passed a motion to recognize what had become a flourishing town as an official Charlian colony. Eorzea residents took to calling the colony itself Charlian, which led to no small amount of confusion when discussions turned to the subject of the motherland. In response, some Charlian inhabitants, if pressed for a name, would simply refer to it as Emporium. Following the Exodus, however, goblins and treasure hunters claimed for themselves a corner of the abandoned colony and gave it yet another name, Idleshire. Modern types would go on to introduce the most prominent features of Idleshire. This book does not appear to contain any additional information on the forum or cover the history of Charlian and Motherland in greater detail. Oh, so all the books are not related. Great. In the years which followed the founding of Charlian, civic policy and other matters of import were decided in Ecclesia, a public forum at which every citizen was eligible to speak. As the city's population grew, however, this format became increasingly impractical. A larger number of participants gave rise to ever longer debates, resulting in significant delays in final resolutions. Various measures were introduced in an attempt to curtail protracted discussions. In the year 201 of the 6th astral era, it was ultimately decreed that Charlian would transition to a new form of governance. The nation would now be led by a body of 99 members, citizens chosen from amongst their peers by means of a nationwide vote. Thus was the form as we know it today conceived and created. Progress? Are you following me? Excuse me, that thing's following me. It's still following me. It disappeared. Ever gaze the skies above and contemplate the mysteries contained therein? I speak not of shifting cloud patterns, but of vastness beyond, of the sun and the twinkling tapestry of the night. Some think that the dome above us to be finite space, yet among the leading thinkers of our age, one scholar's depiction of a balanced sea of stars is firmly taking root. Alas, this heavenly sea remains an unreachable, unknowable destination. There are few indeed who can explain in satisfactory detail why our own stars believed to revolve around the sun. It is technologists of Alec who came close to understanding the laws which govern the starry abyss. It is they who launched Alamud, and sought to expand beyond our earthly existence. Having read their ancient ambitions, I wonder, has your interest in this field of study waxed or waned? What if I were to tell you that the eternal constellations were arranged differently in the distant past? Their positions continue to shift almost imperceptibly, but measurably as we journey into the future. Would it shock you to learn that the stars drift further and further apart, and may indeed do so forever? Are you eager to learn more? Wrong subject. It's interesting. Wrong subject. Space. Final frontier. Forever 20 summers. That says store Forever 21. My beloved seeker's knowledge, have you ever put learning before your health, neglect to feed and rest your body as you should? It's still a little warm to drink. I too once engaged in such foolish practices. But one night, engrossed in philosophical study, I had an epiphany. For all the world's mysteries that drive us to reckless abandon, we have so very few years of life in which to achieve our goals. Thus do I share with you this mantra. I am forever 27 summers young. The number itself is unimportant. You can be 19 or 23 or 40. Whatever age you are when you discover this manual, let that be the age you aspire to remain. Through mindful, healthy living, will you extend the time available to spend upon your chosen research? Another day, another moon, another summer to grasp the greater truths you pursue. The pages that follow will explore the secrets of maintaining one's physical condition from a biological, etherological, and arcane viewpoint. Wrong subject. But hey, take care of yourself. Posture check, make sure you guys are sitting up straight. Stewards of Wisdom. This is definitely the book I'm looking for. During the chaos at 16Jan Calamity, Archon Jung Kreb, founder of Charlotte, bore witness to a madness of savagery of men brought to the brink of despair. Upon raising a settlement on an island in the northern empty, he instructed people thus: renounce the ways of war and pursue enlightenment through knowledge and reason. The Charlians took to heart the words of their savior and thenceforth served as stewards of wisdom. Upon a foundation of accumulated learning, they built a homeland unlike any other, a nation born from the strength of minds rather than the strength of arms. With knowledge, economics came shrewd trading. With knowledge of agriculture came bountiful crops. Engineering brought walls and sewers, ending squabbles over water. Wealth of expertise could be bartered for wealth and coin, and the more the wisdom spread throughout the world, the more mankind as a whole would thrive. And so it was that no matter the trials and tribulations of the age, the citizens of Charlotte would live by their founder's teachings. For the sake of a better tomorrow, for the sake of a brighter star, they would use the tools of war and with knowledge live for the world. Why don't they, like, if they know all so much stuff, why don't they export, like, oh, check this out, here's a way to have better food, water, here's better farming techniques to try to prevent war. Instead, they're just like, oh, we can't participate. It's probably like those nature documentaries where they're watching the nature and they have to watch the animal they've been observing forever die. Or Star Wars or Star Trek where they go there and they can't intervene. Sorry, are we waiting long? Enjoy this lovely tea. I want to make sure I brought at least a few promising volumes. Alpha and Crow should be along shortly. I was laid in a similar fashion. As far as I can see, no titles and Archon stacks mentioned in the final day specifically, so I have no choice but to start with the tangentially relevant tomes, if they're even that. At present, the plan is to skim through as quickly as we dare and share our discoveries as we make them. It would have been nice to invite everyone to the estate. Plenty of comfortable places to read and a ready supply of hot tea. How convenient, I have the hot tea right here. Oh, I was always quite fond of reading outside. But it's not about the little pleasures, is it? You miss your home. It's been difficult. After our arrival, we managed to speak with one of the family servants and asked how things were. It seems our dear fathers instructed the staff that even if Alphino and I were to return to Charlotte, we're not allowed to be allowed across the threshold. A harsh measure indeed. I hope their efforts to understand his position and that of the Forum will perhaps lead to a reconciliation. We'll mend this rift one day, I'm certain of it. What of you, Baha? Have you been to visit your family, or do they not live here in the city? I don't like bugs. I prefer to stay inside. Ah well, my situation is also somewhat complicated. I was raised in Charlotte, yes, but I was born rather further away. In the southern reaches of Ilsabard, in fact. For generations, my people have built in Corvos, the coastal region opposite to the island of Thavnair. Algans found a city in that fertile land, and by ship brought in the subjugated tribes of Mikote to serve as laborers. Of course, the massive earthquakes of the fourth Emerald Calamity brought an end to the Empire's reign. When the fifth Calamity froze the sea solid, many of the tribes who lived in Corvos braved the journey back to Eorzea. My ancestors, however, chose to remain, and they might prevent the remnants of Algan technology from being misused. Isn't Corvos under Guardian rule? For the past 50 years, yes. Some semblance of local culture remains, as is the case for most imperial provinces. But Garlemald renamed the region Locus Mamonas. When I was a boy, a nearby town came under the jurisdiction of an illustrious imperial family, the nobles of House Darnus. House Darnus demonstrated a singular interest in Algan civilization, and so my tribe was forced to consider a plan of action. For some time already, voices have been raised in favor of banning our ancient customs. After all, Algan eyes no longer passed to our eldest children as reliably as it once had. That's amazing. I mostly see deer when I'm in my vehicle. Fear of discovery eventually tipped the scales, and decisions made to bear ties to knowledge and traditions of Algan. As the last child born with Algan Eye, I was given over to the custody of friends in the streets of Baldesian, who had registered me as a Shalian citizen. Did you guys miss me? I'm back with all the power of my tails. I never even considered. Forgive me, it was an unkind question. Back and ready to bite with my sharp teeth. Even Thank was taken in by Archon Louis Schwab, was he not? Joy's adopted ways and rescued orphans are more common among Charlians than you might think. Yet, regardless of our origins, we are all provided with equal opportunity to learn. There's sufficient perspicacity? Perspicacity. We outsiders could even earn the vaunted title of Archon. Exactly why I have such a love for this country, and why I wish to reign a nation of which its citizens can be proud. Yeah, just wait till I figure out how to put a sharp implement on my tails. Or turn it into a whip. Here, another good reason to get to the bottom of the Forum's stubbornness, aside from the trifling matter of our impending doom. That's why we need something sharp on the end of it. Excuse us while we try to make some headway into these books. Okay, then. More companies should be arriving any moment now. So they don't trust me to read? I'll have you know I have been around for thousands of years. I'm perfectly capable of reading. I could also make a burial shroud. Because if you try that, you will die. We've returned with our selections. Although I must say, the beacons were quite slim indeed. Mr. Krauss already flicked through every history book devoted to disasters, and more than a few which barely made mention of them. As such, we'll be looking into research papers on level calamities, as well as articles written by prominent forum members. Perhaps their knowledge of the final days comes from an unexpected source. Speaking of which, might I ask you a few questions related to the final days? I'm the only one here who didn't witness the advance of Amuro firsthand, and I fear I may be overlooking critical details. Best checked again, she might allow it. She had a fluffy head, too. By that I mean the fluff in her head. Okay, so now where to begin? First things first, what kind of phenomena did the ancient encounters final days deny? We disabling of creation magist. Yes, the unfolded catastrophe brought havoc on all manner of life. I am not an animal. If you boot me, I will bite you. Chaos descended to the ancients themselves, causing their powers of creation to spiral out of control. Fear and despair manifested in terrible, tangible fashion. Meteors raining from the sky. I'm going to bite you. Fire erupting from the ground, indescribable abominations prowling the streets. I'm going to bite you both. I'm gonna bite you both. Alright, fine. I dare you to boot me again. I dare you to boot me again. Boot me again, I dare you. That's what I thought. Uh-huh. That's what I thought. That more or less aligns with my understanding. Uh-oh. Ah, the hugs. I'm gonna hurt some people. You're just lucky my tails went away. It must align with my understanding. If only the arts of creation had survived until the present day. Might have something of... Ah! Ah! Ow. Might have something to analyze. Best of our knowledge, however, those techniques were not preserved or passed on. So let's surmise the closest known magic is that of some rituals promulgated by the Asians. Was there aught else of note which heralded the approach of the final days? So it began with a keen sound from all the land all at once. Fine. Fine, okay? Okay. Good fox. Happy now? Ah yes, Almartine spoke of it, didn't they? We never did hear the sound ourselves, of course, thus as we were in the midst of the madness. You said you stopped touching me. It seems that each and every one of those cashews was preceded by the ominous noise, which resounded all across the star, and not even Amrat was spared. So the ground was crying out, you say. To be considered the harbinger of doom, it must have been quite distinctive and probably quite loud. I had to speak with one of Numenon's mammoths and ask after my books, and ask after any books which make mention of such a sound. Last but not least, would you describe how the ancients sought to quell this unprecedented calamity? What definitive action did they take? Seven Zodiac. Yes, with Elidibus serving as his heart, so many gave themselves a sacrifice to bring him into being. We do not know exactly how Zodiac brought salvation to the star, only that by his godlike will were the laws of nature set aright. Then, once the balance was redressed, the ancients offered up further sacrifice to heal the ravages of the final days. Lives sprouted anew, and there was these fledgling souls that intended to render under Zodiac a trade that would allow them to resurrect the shades of loved ones absorbed by the primal. Or might have, had Venat and their followers not manifested their opposition in the form of Hydaelyn. Thank you, both of you, for the detailed review. I feel much more confident now in my understanding of events. The tea made me quite warm. Is it time to brush again? A few minutes left. With all that freshly in mind, it does make me wonder what the Telophoroi truly mean when they speak. Bring back the final days. We see what they're doing with those towers of theirs. Is forcing people to summon primals a kind of catalyst? Are they attempting to mirror the condition caused by unstable creation magics? Or are they simply using the final days as a figure of speech, a convenient metaphor for the scale of destruction they plan to unleash? Sahib, this is all just pointless conjecture at this stage. Let's return our attention to the forum, shall we? We should keep an eye out for your Stola. This time we began studying these research papers. Do I actually get to study? Nope. They do not want me to study. They're all studying. Everyone's reading. I'm expected to stand here. Got it. mean, it's not like I'm actually useful. Research. I'll have you know I'm the smart one. I'm last, am I? But my extended searches Archon stacks produce 1 or 2 useful, possibly useful books. That would get your hopes up. Just claw at the pages. Listen, just because I know a lot of stuff and don't need to research does not mean I can't research, okay? If you recall, Uriante learned of the sources of affection of the Gurun oracles. This pinch will cause panic and confusion that Tom was deemed an apocrypha and sealed away in the great Google library. It's even less likely that knowledge of the sundered world, not to mention the horrors of the final days, would be left sitting on the shelf for any curious scholar to find. It stands reason that my colleagues, be they archons or counselors, should first be largely ignorant of the subject. Yet when you confront a master Fortunate with knowledge of Telafroi and their machinations, he got the suggestion that they posed a threat. He seemed adamant that the Forum would know the final days were truly upon us. It only supports the conclusion that whatever privileged wisdom is guiding the Forum's behavior, being kept secret from the rest of the nation. Not that I mean to excuse myself from reading duty, whether they contain Adventure of the Final Days or no, these books don't yet hold something of value. You weren't thinking of leaving, were you? There's plenty of work for everyone. Definitely not leaving now that you're here. As I obediently follow her over to the side. I actually quite like Ichola. She's very nice. Maybe for what feels like an age as Ichola's research assistant. Okay, I believe it's time to brush. So I'll go take a moment to brush, and I'll be right back. Brushy brushy. 2.5 minutes. Alright, I am back. Fresh seat brushed. I'm ready for more action. Just getting comfy again. I approve. Consider it Yang approved. Oh, dude, you look exhausted. What about your studies? Were you able to find any books on the subject I mentioned? The day was well spent. Should you wish to read them again? Amendment of the references will point you in the right direction. Although I suggest you take a well-deserved rest. You might be occupied with research for quite some time. Waiting for a tea break to kill it? I know I am. Honestly, my neck and shoulders are gonna calcify if I don't stretch my legs and walk around a bit. You're the last stand down the harbor, don't you? Come and meet me near the outside tables, and I'll treat you to their coffee. It's quite good. I thought we were gonna have tea. Bleep. Also, I finished my tea. My stomach is a little bit upset now. What has Fox been eating? Why is her stomach upset? I'm back. Did I miss anything? As busy as ever, I see. How very Charlian that no other gourmet cafe has sprung up to compete for customers. Actually, this crowd gives me an idea. Before we place an order, why don't we ask a few questions to gauge the mood of the city? I'm interested to hear what the average citizen has to say about the Slothroy. Might even learn something new. Worth a try, don't you think? Pirion derriere. What is it? Can a man not enjoy a moment of private respite? If you're willing to share a table with them, respectfully request you look elsewhere. Yes, I understand, sir. Recently reported if you knew of the Telafroy. These enemies of peace promise to end all we hold dear, and... Wait, you're that House Levier girl, aren't you? This woman with you is obviously a foreigner. I've heard you were disowned for helping outsiders and don't serve barbaric whims. Here are giving truth to the river. I'll make you leave me be. I've not to say the likes of you. I must apologize. Just fully as we expect pronounced civility from one so light. I'm okay, Leanne. Yes, I don't believe I've had the pleasure. It's just an interruption, but we were hoping that you might share your thoughts on Telafroy and unconscionable plans. My goodness, if it's a young Miss Levier. My apologies, but I work in the office of the Forum, and before Reese Master first note that I was helping you. I see, we're sorry to have bothered you. At least she's polite about it. Can we have some food now? Just watch out when they have the 9 tails. Yang and Yin both, they're significantly more powerful. Welcome, madam. What can I offer you today? Wait, is that Mistress Alice I see there? My word, how long has it been? Far too long. There's the matcha. Reed Dickon, the owner of the Last Stand. I used to frequent his cafe on occasion and between lessons at the studio. That seems like an age ago now. I remember hearing that your master Alphino said so for Eorzea, then you never came back. I've never had it. I might try it sometime. They have it at the tea shop near where I go. Usually when I go get tea or coffee or whatever, I usually get something with caffeine in it. I think there's been gossip about your father disowning the pair of you. Everything alright at home? It's complicated. I hadn't expected complete strangers to be so familiar with our situation quite so quickly. Everyone has an opinion, it seems. Well, it is House Levier. No matter how discreet Master Fortuno may have been, news of your family's doings never stay secret for long. Things being what they are, what brings you back to the city now of all times? You have questions, only Charlene has the answers. Tell me, Master Dickon, have you heard anything about an apocalypse called the Final Days? Interesting. What, like the end of the world? Nothing like that, I'm afraid. That's what you're to find. Information on this apocalypse? Yes, whatever we can learn. Unfortunately, your patrons appear to be unwilling to speak with me. I wish there was more I could do to help. Oh, maybe there is. You're a visitor to Charlene, aren't you? If you will know your face, we should be able to pass you off as a server with none the wiser. We just finished preparing a few orders. Strike up some friendly conversation while we're sending down the food. You might just get the answers you're looking for. Not a bad idea. I hate to ask, but what do you think? I'm now a waitress. I mean, God Fox as a barista doesn't make sense. That's the spirit. Pay attention now and I'll explain where each dish needs to go. Oh, crap. Today's set is for the chatty group sitting by the water's edge. Alba is for one of our regulars, a Highlander by the name of Gisla. Sitting at the outside table with a friend of hers. I let me see a Mikote gentleman. He ordered the oven-baked lobster. Okay. Lobster for the cat. Tea for the ladies. Omelet for the other. Got all that? If you're not sure, just ask another thing again. Good luck. Okay. Do I have the food? I guess I have the food. Alright, these people have the tea. Tea set. Although that is a Mikote gentleman. My tea set. Lovely, thank you. Slafa who? I'm sorry, I've never heard of them, or their final days. Since are somewhat uninformed when it comes to current events. If you want to hear about the ritual arcane passage of the 6th astral era, come under esoteric, then I'll be happy to talk your ear off. Alright, omelet here. Butterfinger and a spicy hot dog? I find 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's dig in, no time to waste. There's a good, pre-dinner prayer for you. What's the top for? Oh yes, I remember seeing the name Blaze Gazette. That's some grand claim about the end of days. Same old senseless warmongering. Remember these fools grow tired of spilling each other's blood. Let's stay out of it, I say. The Forum made the right choice, and I fully support our decision to remain neutral. I remember one that I got in trouble for saying when I was younger. What was it? Good bread, good meat, good God, let's eat. That was not appreciated growing up. Oven-baked lobster. At last, the oven-baked lobster is mine. You have no idea how long I've screamed to save and suffered to avoid this heavenly dish. Don't try it at a religious gathering. It is very bad. Final days. This is the first I've heard of it. Well, I will explain why my friend has been rushed off his feet. It'll be a busy time to be a gleaner. Oh, you don't know what a gleaner is? They're collectors of the sort. Travel the world procuring things we have a guy here in Charlene. Prices, books, usual live specimens, and so forth. It's a name for those folk who trail after the reapers in the fields, picking up every grain which they miss. By all accounts, cleaning is the most meticulous and demanding profession. These slothful make good on their audacious threats, and many uncatalogued rarities could be lost forever. Why else would the gleaners be buzzing about in such a frenzy? What's the harm in to see what I mean? They're carting loads in for the docks all day. It's never been this hectic before, not like this. Nobody questioned why the barmaid is wearing full armor. Plate armor at that. Like, you hear me walking around. That's metal. You in trouble with the customers? Were you able to get anyone talking? Interesting. They seem unaware of the final days aside from whatever vague news the Gazettes are printing. Even Dickon had nothing to offer. He's the best source of gossip in the city. Forum does have secret knowledge, but they've done an impressive job of ensuring no one whispers to the wrong ear. I thought I was going to get a barmaid outfit. In any case, thank you for playing the part so well. Here, that cup of coffee I promised. Interesting. I didn't know that. Let's enjoy our drink somewhere else, shall we? Maybe behind the peristyle, away from the gossips of their wagging tongues. I mean, it makes sense based off the weight of things. The chest piece would be the heaviest. That'd be awesome. That'd be a cool maid cafe, but you have to get really strong kitty cats. Yes, you shoot nicely. Out of the wind and out of sight. So the sound isn't actually footsteps, it's the sound of the armor settling with every step.
When our father disowned us, I couldn't believe what I was hearing.
Oh, we got snowfall too.
It wasn't until much later that his words began to sink in, that I began to feel the weight of what it meant.
I have not.
Do you remember when the decision was made to come to Charlian? Graham said that the Forum was determined to keep us in the dark, and that Father's venomous performance was part of that strategy, to keep us at arm's length. Perhaps it was. Father argued with Grandfather on many occasions, but never with such dismissive contempt. And when he demanded what justifies the sacrifices we make in war, I honestly didn't know what to say. Neither did Alpha know, I know, but never for one moment did I believe we had made the wrong choice. So all I could do was fume silently. It was only afterwards that I realized how childish I had been. How being stubborn and self-righteous must run in the family.
Oh, this may have gotten eaten by the stream disconnect, but don't forget to check out Stream Chat. There's some pictures of the square grapes, or scrapes, as I believe Carol put it.
If I could have just mustered a civil response, then things might have turned out differently.
Interesting. That's not suspicious at all.
They must be ferrying goods to Labyrinthos. A vast complex beneath the island.
Oh, so they are just trying to ride out the thing. They have like a bomb shelter under the island, so they're just gonna, if the world gets destroyed, they're just gonna hide out down there, I guess.
Charlian is famous for archiving knowledge from around the world. Well, that knowledge is not preserved exclusively in dusty tomes and desiccated samples.
It's probably like the you guys know the seed sanctuary or whatever, or the seed vault or whatever, where they have a seed from every planet ever known, and they're just like they hold them safe in case something bad happens.
Our living library, comprised of all manner of flora and fauna, is housed and studied within that underground facility.
Maybe they do the same thing with it, like with everything.
Still, that did seem to be an unusually large shipment. When I lived here, it was rare to even see such cargo transported by boat.
So maybe they're just trying to ride out the apocalypse down there.
Wait! Didn't you hear something in the last stand about the gleaners coming and going more than usual?
She needs to be more careful with her skirt.
Well, I think they're the ones we saw manning those boats. And gleaners answer to the Forum. If the appearance of the Telophoroi prompted this sudden burst of activity, then Labyrinthos may hold a clue as to what the Forum is planning.
Alright, let's go break in. Good thing we know how to swim. Too bad it's snowing. But at least the snow's not sticking, so it can't be that cold. Level up. I learned a new ability already. That makes sense. Well, I just got a bunch of stuff. Whoa, I just got a bunch of stuff. Hang on. So this is an attack of some sort. Wait, did that replace something? What was that ability? Oh, that was my self-heal. Okay, and then I got, traits. What trait did I get? So I boosted that with this, and I got this. Okay. Okay. That's nice. That's really strong. That is crazy strong. Already before it was enough to keep me up against like 10 enemies. Now it'll like do even better. We should tell the others what we learned about the Gleaners. Go on ahead to Numenon, and I'll join you in a moment. Master Dickon will want his cups back. Also, my stomach feels better than it did earlier. It's fine. I think it's just the tea upset my stomach a little bit. Ah, thank you, that's Cube Master. The Master of the Cubes. Minecraft? Random Fox. Winter Ribbons and Lace Fox. Is this new? This might be new. I think this is new. Rubik's Cubes. Oh! Fancy. I've never been able to do a Rubik's Cube. I think this is new. This feels new. Anyone confirm? New? Not new? Alright, let me refund Kurara. Welcome back, kid. Been for a walk and cleared your head, have you? Not exactly, but we did some impromptu investigating and turn up information on the Gleaners. I saw a video recently where they used AI or like robots to solve a Rubik's Cube in like 0.1 seconds or something. I don't know. Some tiny number. Makes sense. Gleaners take their requests directly from institutions and bureaucrats, but as you say, the ultimate answer to the forum. Alright, Zarek, I got you. Here you go. Never mind. You got it yourself. A sudden and significant increase in Gleaner traffic and in cargo, it certainly gives the impression of an overarching plan being put into motion. Let's see what theory we can build from the facts. As you still observed earlier, Numenon's archives appear to contain no information concerning the final days. Yeah, I like it. Coupled with what Akira and Alice learned at the last stand, we can be reasonably sure that most Charlians know nothing of that particular period in ancient history. And my father's colleagues are not only familiar with the final days, but they are also somewhat certain that the destruction being perpetrated by the Telafroi is wholly unlike these apocalyptic events. It's a very cute outfit. Moreover, the forum claims to be so occupied by a duty of such pressing importance that it saw fit to unanimously deny Aorus's request for aid. And now the Gleaners, official agents of the state, have been mobilized on an unprecedented scale. Yeah, it's like a military mascot. I don't think it's a stretch to conclude that the Gleaners' recent activities are in service to the forum's secretive ends. In which case, our next course of action seems obvious. We visit Labyrinthos and assess the situation for ourselves. We're lucky the Gleaners will be far more receptive to our questions. A fine idea. I'm glad you approve. You won't be disappointed, I promise. As for myself, there are a few more subjects I'd like to research. I may join you later, but feel free to leave behind your borrowed books and be on your way. I'll see to it that each is returned to its proper place. That'd be a great help. Thank you, Raha. Let's head down the stairs over there, and I'll show you where the entrance is. That said, we are nearing the end of stream. I'm going to try to go for another, like, 20, 30 minutes or so. And I'm going to go work out. Ready? Labyrinthos is not too far from here. Then you find the path a bit disorienting. I think please stay close. Alright, let's go. Are you gonna walk the whole way? I mean, I thought we were in more of a hurry than this. It's fuzzy here amongst the trees. Wait, is there a walk button? There we go. Maybe we should move along. I mean, you're a little walking. I walk faster than you. Can I follow? Everyone, try to keep up. Keep fast, straight ahead. Usually you want to stay within a certain distance of them. Up here. Like this? A little silly. I was wondering if you do that. That's not far now. Looks rather silly. Yeah, I thought you had to right-click them, but it wouldn't let me right-click her. Yeah, right through this door and down the stairs. You remember to tune the shard back there, didn't you? It'll make your life much easier if you need to come back in a hurry. Otherwise, we should keep moving. Down the stairs we go. It did say it was deep underground. Oh wow, Joker, why are they down here? We're all here now, yes? I've taken liberty of securing permission for our group's descent. Alright, everyone to lift. Down we go. So we don't have to sneak in, we don't have to break in, we just like, say, hey, we want to go down there. Okay, go ahead.
Deep beneath the scholar's city shines a false sun within a fabricated sky.
Does it? Looks like it's raining pretty hard.
In any age exist those who consider the floor an extension of their bookshelves. And this vault's architects surely belonged to that special breed. If the stack grows too high, start a new one. If no room remains, then make more rooms.
I feel called out.
A simple solution at first, and then bit by bit, a profound transformation.
Wow. The sheep in this game are silly.
Knowledge, buried beneath knowledge. A growing, creeping labyrinth from which there is no escape.
No, we can save on the elevator, I'm pretty sure. We'll just go back up. I'm pretty sure if we make a nuisance of ourselves, we'll be forced to take the elevator back up. Possibly at gunpoint. The slow walk into the new pouring down rain. Why is it raining down here? I guess it's not rain, it's probably like sprinklers.
Not what you expected. I must admit, the artifice is very convincing. But I assure you that we are beneath Sharlayan itself. The breeze you feel, the flowing waters you hear, all created by the hand of man.
The island is volcanic, you see. And once upon a time, this great hollow must have been a reservoir for magma.
If Cairo is hinting at something, I don't know what it is, so don't blame me. Again, I'm not asking anyone to sub. You do not need to sub to enjoy my stream, hopefully.
It was discovered some 400 years ago, at which point it was repurposed as a storage facility for scrolls and samples and such. Renovations have continued, with nigh on no interruption to this day, with the lower levels still undergoing expansion.
Aren't those people gleaners?
People gleaners? Are they kidnapping people? I'm mad at you, am I?
Aye, judging by their dress. They are said to work alone as a rule, but 'twould seem that rule is being enthusiastically broken today.
Why am I mad at you?
It may be as you suspected, that they are engaged in a task apart from the norm.
I mean, you helped with somebody that got hacked, yesterday?
Let's spread out and get some answers then.
I don't remember anything else. Oh. I just want you to be careful, because, you know, everything's expensive right now. I don't want you to feel obligated. I also don't want you to suffer because you donated to me or give me something.
Did you call to me just now? No. How odd. I must be a bit dizzy from the descent.
Oh, nice. I might do look at my tax a little bit this afternoon or after stream.
I'll be fine, I'm sure. Let's get to work, shall we?
After I get food. I'm gonna try the Reaper chicken mac and cheese. That sounds really good. I'll take a picture of it. I'm very excited. Oh, yeah, I gotta work out too. And shower. Dobbin, that is a terrific name. I love the name Dobbin. You could go dabbing and then you do. I can't do dab. You know what I need to do? You know what? You wanna know what I'm doing? Hauling books and ore and fauna. If it needs hauling, I haul it. Every decade or so, they take stock of labyrinthos, you know, sort and tidy up the inventory. Never seen an operation like this before, though. They did one a few summers ago, even. And with no warning at all, this mess gets dropped in our laps. First from on high. And if I know the reason, could be there change the layout, eh? Prepare for the next big expansion. If James Dobbin has taught you about taking stock of labyrinthos. Dobbin, that's a terrific name. Reminds me of Dobbins. Let me think. Korea seeds should be item 1058. Human seeds 1059. Sturbleberry 1060, or were they 1061? However, my head feels like it's stuffed with milko grass. Why more of those to take out than carry in? Why do all this at once and risk mixing it up? What if someone takes the Corthan carrots for the Garabanian carrots? What then? What's going to get out of? You're here to help or give me more headaches? Because you don't have the look of a cleaner, and I'm in no mood for idle chatter. My colleagues were so exhausted he took a tumble and crashed in a pile of crates. Now I have a pack of marmots running loose. Learn about exhausted cleaners, okay? Let me guess, we're gonna have to go gather up the marmots or whatever they are. I'll see them. What is a marmot even? Hey, lucky Gale, what tales do cleaners have to tell? So this grand operation began without warning, and for every item they bring in, they're seeing more inventory somewhere else. That explains the higher face stems I've been seeing. You're right, the form is definitely up to something, and they turn a labyrinth throws upside down in the process. So maybe this isn't the bunker. Maybe I have a different bunker somewhere. Why would this not be the bunker? We do love to learn more of what specifically the cleaners are being tasked to do, as well as who's tasked them to do it. Good game, kid. I have an idea. Oh, look at me kneeling down. Didn't one of the cleaners request to say something about escaped armaments? If you were to help him capture said creatures, he might be inclined towards a more friendly and enlightening conversation. Anytime I turn my charms from the screen to here, we can compare notes afterward. Happy hunting. Imagine someone telling you, wow, you almost hit me. Be careful, you almost ran over my tail. Someone talking 3 feet in front of you. Hey, I'm gonna take my charms on this guy. Like, where is the rain coming from? You just help me find the marmots? I'm not suitable to pay you for your services, but if you're offering out the goodness of your heart, I'd welcome assistance. Name's Urnville, friend. Specialist in the collection of live specimens. I said to capture these Nagazian marmots is a trial I've no desire to repeat. Grizzle mice, they call them. For mercy, there are no other marmot species on this tier at present, so there should be no mistake in our little fugitives. You have to catch you, stuff them in the sack. Gently, of course. But again, you wonder? I'm not seeing escaping around here, so you need to widen our search to the surrounding forest. Be regard, there are beasts out there that wouldn't hesitate to on a marmot or you. I'll switch trees to the west. The eastern part of the forest is yours. Good luck. Wizard mice. Okay. A sturdy sack supposedly large enough to hold 1 or more skirming marmots. Is that what's making the rain? It's a troll! Oh, there's a mouse. I might be a tad overpowered. Chirp squeak. There you have your ready to sack when the grizzle mouse scampers off in the underbrush. I'm not a mouse catcher, I'm a fox. What's up, Energy? Let's go and power up just in case. Also. Squeak. Got 1. Nope, never mind. Got 0. It happens. Just try not to let it happen again, okay? You gotta be careful. If it seems too good to be true, it probably is. They're probably trying to hack you. Let me guess. Oh, hey, there's... I didn't realize there were ether currents down here. Wow. One piece? Alright, come on. Alright, that implies one of two things. Somebody on your, somebody you know, or there's some kind of spyware on your computer. Retrieve that. I mean, I just went up here. How did I miss it? Oh, there it is. I did miss it. Sure. +1 mouse? Question mark? Squeak, squeak. Prepare for speed this time you see and close this act of elusive pori. Danger Doodle! To be fair, I tracked down the 3 of the pack, at least one accounted for. Ah, there's the odd marmot out. Right here, we'll put our friends in a holding cage. Yeah, it really does. My parents are really bad at computer safety. They keep getting viruses. They haven't got one in a while, though. Thankfully, the marmots seem to be unharmed. They've held up well in isolation. It's just much too soon to release them into the habitat. It's a good thing we were able to recapture them so swiftly. You have my thanks. Who tasked you to catch them in the first place? Why, the authority in charge of Labyrinthos, now in perpetuity. Same officials had us working day and night of late. The honorable members of the Forum. Who else? Suitable for consumption, easy to breathe. Those were the 2 conditions I was given for the stock I was instructed to procure. I don't know what the Forum has planned for these creatures, but at the very least, I doubt they'll be served for dinner today or tomorrow. There you are, Kalia. Is this the greener you mentioned? The one who was looking for lost marmots? Interesting company you keep, friend. Who are you folk, anyway? I'm Kyle, students of Baldesian. These others are my associates. Truth be told, the Forum's decision lady had not sat entirely well with us. That's why we made the decision to Labyrinthos. But we hope that by seeing those decisions put into action, we might more fully understand their reasoning. Wise and practical. Never hurts to try and gain a broader perspective, does it? Back itches. It's right under my bra. Anyway, duty calls, other animals to capture and enclose your safety. Once again, I'm sorry that I can't offer you more for your services. Is there anything new from your friend there? It sounds like they're preparing a bunker for safety. We inferred that order for this ambitious operation did indeed come directly from the Forum. However, the cleaners had not been informed of its purpose. I think that's with everything we've heard thus far. We also discovered when the operation was begun. Forum contacted the cleaners' guild shop and put their people to this great work some 4 days after Slothford made their chilling declaration. As seasoned travelers, the cleaners kept abreast of news from every corner of the world out of necessity. Thus, I'm inclined to trust their counter events is accurate. Altogether, it gives me this distinct impression that this undertaking was a sudden and unexpected development. And I find it hard to believe that such a comprehensive restructuring of Labyrinthos and its archive should have been planned in such a brief window. Nay, this plan was long in the making. They were but waiting the right time to put it into effect. And the Telophores declaration was what set it all into motion? Maybe it is the end of the days. The final days. Maybe they do know this is the final days and they're like, oh, we gotta get out of here and get to the vault. Seems likely, but let's not leap to conclusions just yet. The moment I suggest we conduct a wider investigation of Labyrinthos. The more facilities we visit, the more pieces of the puzzle we stand to find. In that case, how about we head to the Archeon? From there, we can reach the lower. Oh, we're heading. So are we being summoned? Wow, what's wrong? Are we being summoned again to another world? I'm fine, truly. The sudden descent has left me with a bit of a headache, that's all. Nothing will stop me from soldiering on. Let's be at it. Let's be about it then. So let me take the lead. I'm fairly certain I remember the way back to the Archeon. We follow the path east to the forest where you were chasing after that mouse, or marmot, was it? Anyway, it is the trolls you need to watch out for. Yeah, I killed quite a few of them. If we head east, we'll get to a town. That might be a good place to stop. We're about 10 minutes short of where I was kind of hoping to get to. But if we've got a town here, that's a good stopping point, I think. Because this feels like it's going to be a whole thing. Whole new zone to explore. Stuff to do. This feels so slow. It looks like Ash zones. We can raid Ash. Oh, okay. Alright, I'm gonna go touch that crystal, and then I guess we'll call it here. I'm gonna do this first as well. Alright, Chocobo Porter. That guy reminds me of some spice I found recently, gochujang. Tasty spice. I believe it's Korean. It's very tasty. Yeah, we got a little extra stream time today, so I think this is a good place to stop. I'm gonna go work out and go get some food, shower, and then maybe try to figure out my taxes. I know I can't finish my taxes, but I can at least get a start on it. So that could be good. The stream stuff should be easy. I should be able to get that finished. I guess. I think Twitch sends me stuff, but it's all online. They don't actually send it to me. I have to go grab it. My work stuff is available, so I can get that as well. So just a reminder, don't forget to do your taxes. I do it early because if you do it early, you get your tax refund early. So, for example, last year I got quite a lot of money in tax refund. So that'd be fun. Maybe it'll make up for my trip coming up in a couple months. So, good night, everyone. Sleep well, have good dreams. Sorry about the stream issues today. Things happen, I suppose. But we got it back up and running. Got in. Oh, do you want to raid Ash? Let's raid Ash. Let's raid Ash. Remember, what am I remembering? Yep, I am heading off. I'm gonna get some food. Let's go raid Ash, shall we? Gonna go raid Ash. Yeah, I'll post a chicken. It's gonna be a while though. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you all have a good night and a great day tomorrow. No stream tomorrow probably, but we will be doing our Regal Fox Cinemas, continuing Firefly. We were up to episode 10, I think. Does that seem about right? Something like that. I don't know. I think we finished episode 8. So, alright. So, good night, everyone. Sleep well. Have good dreams. Fox out. Fox raid. I'm gonna go raid Ash. She's good people. She's good people. Right, bye everyone. Fox raid. Night night.